Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier and this is my 10-part total beginner guitar course. I've put this course together for someone who has never played guitar before in their life. I'm going to take you through from playing your very first notes all the way up to playing some really cool guitar riffs like Smoke on the Water, Sunshine of Your Love, Seven Nation Army. We've got lots of little nursery rhymes and stuff to play as well, just to get our fingers working. I'm going to teach you how to play tab or read tab. Now this can be done on an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar or a classical nylon strung guitar, any type of guitar. As long as you've got a guitar, this should work. Just before we start, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, if you could give me a like on each one of the videos as well, and leave me comments on the videos as well, that really helps me out. Let me know what you thought of the videos, that would be great. Okay, so let's take it right from the beginning. This is a guitar. Yours might not look exactly the same. It might be an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. We've got three parts to the guitar. We've got the main bit, which is the body. We've got the long bit, which is the neck. And the bit up the top here, this is the head. So it's a bit like the human form. You've got the body, neck, and the head. Now, you might already have it in the playing position, but if not, we like to put this lower curve of the guitar on our right leg. So the strings, which are these things, facing away from you, and the neck goes to the left. So hopefully you're sitting comfortably and ready to play some notes. Now, we can play the notes with a plectrum like this, is a little plastic thing, or you can, if you haven't got one of those, you can use your finger or your thumb, whichever you find easiest. As long as we're making some music and playing some notes, it's great. Okay, so we look at the guitar and we've got 6 strings on the guitar. And we number them from the floor. That's the first string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, sixth string. So the one nearest the floor, that's called the E string. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play that string. We're going to either use your thumb and pluck downwards towards the floor. If you're using your finger, pluck upwards towards the ceiling. Or if you're using a plectrum, I'd like you to pluck downwards. So just place the plectrum or your finger against the string and then just push through it, and that creates the note. And that's the E string. So the E string is the string nearest to the floor. So ready, play. Hopefully it sounds like that. If it's not sounding exactly the same as that, your guitar might be out of tune. There's some great guitar apps. The best one that I find is easiest to use is called Guitar Tuner. Tuna spelt like the fish tuna. Really, really simple. So just if your guitar's not sounding perfectly in tune, then try and get it in tune, and we'll work from there. Okay, so we've got the E string. Here we go, E, play. Now if you keep doing that, I'm going to say E, play, and you've got to play it, and I'll play something else over the top. Are you ready? Here we go. E, play. 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 Hopefully that should sound nice together, you and me playing together. Okay, so that's the E string, string nearest to the floor. Now let's go to the next string up, which is the B string. So let's play the B string. It sounds a little bit deeper. So when we go up physically, the note is going down. So here we go, B, play. B, play. B, play. Let's go back to the E string. Ready? E, play. And B, play. Okay, so now we've played a couple of notes. Let's have a look what it looks in what we call tab, or tablature is the full name for it. So let me bring up some tab. Now, you can see the top kind of line of music that's got 5 lines. That's standard notation. Now that's quite hard to read on the guitar. So underneath it, where it says you've got tab on the very left hand side, so it says tab, and then you can see some, like a 0, you've got 6 lines going across. Now those 6 lines represent the 6 strings on the guitar, and it's a bit upside down. So if you can see that first, we've got a 0 on the first sort of space, and then there's a line, that's called a bar line. It basically splits up the music. So this first one here, we've got the 0 on the line nearest like the top, and that's the E string. So it's kind of a bit upside down. Then we've got the B string, which is the next one up. which is the next line down on the tab. And then let's go to the next one, which is the third string up, and that's the G string. So let's play the G string. Here we go. G, play. And then into the next one. I've also written above the stave what it's called. So that's the D. So here we go. D, play. So that's the fourth string up from the floor, the D string. Ready? D, play. And then the next one is the A string. And then the final one we've got at the end, that's the E string as well. So this is the low E. It's the one nearest your face, the low E, as opposed to the one nearest the floor, which is the high E. So you can see it's a little bit upside down. So a lot of people think that the first note there would be the one nearest the face because it's at the top, but it's not. It's the other way around. So remember, the guitar's a bit upside down. So let's see if we can play the whole of that line. We're going to start with the E string nearest to the floor. Here we go. E, play. B, play. G, play. D, play. A, play. E, play. So that's what we call the open strings. It's just playing the notes without touching this part of the guitar, which was called the neck. So let's have a quick look at this neck then. Now, along the neck, you'll see these metal wires stuck to the neck. Now, these are called the fret wires. And the spaces in between those are what we call the frets. And this is where we put our fingers to get lots of different notes. Now, this first space at the end of the guitar away from you, that's called fret number 1, that first space. The next space up is fret number 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, you get the idea. It just keeps on going up. What we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand and put our thumb behind the neck, and we're going to number the fingers. Now, if you play piano, you number the thumb as 1, but with guitar we don't. So our thumb is just our thumb, and then we go, the next finger is 1, then 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to use our first finger to start with. We're going to place our first finger on the E string on that first fret, fret number 1, and we're going to squeeze it against what we call the fretboard, which is like the neck. Squeezing the first finger down. Now that doesn't move. You just keep holding that down nice and tightly, and then we're going to play the E string, and it should sound like this. If you're getting this kind of sound, it's one of two things. Either you're not squeezing it down hard enough, or you're too far away from the fret wire. You want to come to the fret wire that is nearest to the body as close as you can without touching it. So don't have it on the fret wire, just behind it. Squeeze it nice and tightly, and hopefully it should sound like this. Now we're going to call that E1 because we're on the E string at the first fret. So E1, play. Now let's try placing our second finger on E2. So still on the string nearest the floor. It doesn't matter if we keep our first finger on E1 or we take it off, because it's only whatever the highest number up it will go from. So second finger on E2, and it sounds like this. Ready? E2, play. And now let's try placing our third finger on E3. Here we go. E3, play. E3, play. So let's try E1. Ready? E1, play. E2, play. E3, play. Now let's look at that, what it looks like on tablature. You can see in that first bar, it says 1, 2, and 3, and it's written on the top line, which is the E string. So we've got this 1, 2, 3. One thing to note as well, if you look in the actual standard notation above it, you see the first above the 1 and the 2, it's a black like dot with a line going down it, and then the third one along is a little circle that isn't coloured in and a line off it. The first two last for 1 beat each, and the next one lasts for 2 beats. So when we're playing it, it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So that holds on for an extra beat. So there's 4 beats in a bar, and that's how we count music. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. On to the next bar. So you've got a bar line. The next bar, we'll call that bar 2. And we've got 1, 2, 3. but it's written on the next line down. So that's going to be played on the B string. So we've got B1, B2, and B3. So let's play that. Ready, and. Oh, nice and slowly. And then in the next bar, we're on the G string, so we're on the third string up, so the G string. So we've got the E string, B string, and now we're on the G string. So we're going to do G1, G2, G3. Ready, and. On to the next bar, we're doing it on the D string, which is the fourth string up. So here we go, ready, play. You might struggle to play it in time with me. I might be playing it a little bit fast. Doesn't matter, you can just pause the video, play it nice and slowly. Okay, let's go to the A string. Ready, and A1, A2, A3. And let's go to the very top string. You have to stretch your hand up. Your thumb might have to go a bit further down so you can get your hand round. And we're going to do E1, E2, E3 on the string nearest to your face. Here we go, ready, play. Okay, so that's playing what we call fretted notes. Now I think we're ready for a little melody. Now when we're first starting off, it's nice to play some really simple nursery rhymes that you'll all know, just to get you playing a few little things. So we're going to do a couple of nursery rhymes to start with, before we get on to some themes and some actual guitar riffs. So this first little tune that we're going to play, I'm sure you'll all have heard it. It sounds like this. It is, of course, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. So let's start it off. We're going to start, can you see there, we've got three just open E's. So 3 zeros, which is just the open E string, the one nearest to the floor. So we've got 3 of those. It sounds like this. Ready, play. And then the fourth note in that bar is a B. So it's the next string up. So we're going to play E, 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 B. On to the next bar, we've got B2. Ideally use your second finger here on B2. You could use your first finger, but try and use your second finger, it's good practice. And we've got B2, B2, and then B. So from the beginning you've got E, 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 B, B2, B2, B. Let's try playing that. 1, 2, 3, play. E, 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 B, B2, B2, B. And then we're going to go up to E4. I'm not going to be cruel and make you use your little finger. Your little finger is always the weak finger. You could try using it if you wanted to, but it's probably easier just to use your third or your second finger. And we're going to play E4. So count up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze it down nice and tightly. So we're going to play E4, E4, then down to E2, E2. So the third bar is E4, E4, E2, E2. And then this last bar has just got one note in it, it's just an open E. And you can see above, if you look in the transcription in the standard notation, it's just a little circle on its own. Hasn't got a stalk off it. That lasts for 4 beats, so it lasts for the whole bar. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's it. Okay, so let's try playing the whole line. We're going to play Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, you've completed the first part of this 10-part total beginner guitar course. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, if you could give me a like and give me some comments in the comments section as well. So you're now ready for part 2. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and I'll see you next time.